can help you with that. Will you let me?
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 greatest Star Wars games that are worth playing on PlayStation 5.
Stop that ship!
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
I believe you once had the opportunity to eliminate its leader. Why did you not take it?
If you've ever wondered how and why the Fets get so much love from Star Wars fans as they do, you have not played Star Wars Bounty Hunter. This was a game that offered a change of pace for fans. Instead of playing with lightsabers and the Force for the umpteenth time, we got to play with jetpacks and blasters as we hunted down anyone with a price on their head. We won't lie, the controls have not aged too well for a game that came out during the PS2 and GameCube. However, the PS5 remaster from Aspyr comes with some neat features for PS5 users like feedback on the adaptive triggers and the light bar indicating Jango's health. There's even a special playthrough waiting for you if you reach a 100% completion, but we'll let you live that out for yourselves.
A champion is in trouble! Ow! What a blow!
Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster.
A new stormtrooper that can take out a rebel base that quickly? I should have kept working for the Empire.
Night Dive Studios has been remastering a lot of old school boomer shooters and bringing them forward to modern hardware. The remaster of Dark Forces shows some of their best work. Sure, the menus look a little rudimentary, but you're here for the gameplay and visual improvements, right? Well, the quality is about as great as the modern ports of Doom. Never before has Dark Forces seen such clarity in its textures and sprites. Couple that with the smooth frame rate, what you have is a remaster that brings the full vision of the original to life, and this time, both PC and console users are having the same great experience, which is something the original never lived up to.
A noble cause, General. I hope the demonstration lives up to your claims. Proceed.
Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. A quick addendum, we have called this one of the worst video game remasters we had ever seen. Indeed, Battlefront Classic Collection was a catastrophe at launch for those wanting to play online with their friends. As months have passed though, Aspyr has done some work to make things right. For starters, online multiplayer is drastically more functional than it used to be. The visual and audio bugs, on the other hand, almost all of them have been fixed at the time of this video. We can see why some might see that $35 price tag as pretty steep for a collection like this, when it should have launched with no issues to begin with. However, those who spent a ton of hours playing the campaigns in both games and Battlefront 2's Galactic Conquest mode back in the day, they will find a remaster that is worth every penny. Star Wars Rebel Assault 2: The Hidden Empire.
All's clear, sir. Nothing here but sand leeches and claw mice.
Rebel Assault 2 was one of those rare instances where the console version of a game turned out way better than the PC version did. By today's standards, the higher quality FMVs are now laughable, but even so, this is a neat title for PS5 owners to check out just for history's sake. This was one of a few Star Wars games that was a little more focused on letting players relive moments from the movies in a loose sense. We can understand how some might be put off by the simplicity or the low difficulty increase. Regardless, hardcore Star Wars fans might want to try this one out if they haven't before. And hey, if you mess up, the PS5 version does have that handy rewind feature.
Very well, Admiral. Engage the rebels.
Pinball FX. Okay, so we know this isn't exactly a game catered specifically to Star Wars and only Star Wars.
Well, that wasn't even close.
Still, Pinball FX offers plenty for fans of the franchise. Over the years, Zen Studios has developed more than 20 pinball tables inspired by the galaxy far, far away. From tables based on the movies and TV shows to even a table entirely themed around droids, Pinball FX will have you wanting to play one more game whether you're playing for score or trying to conquer every challenge on the tables.
Feed the zipper flipper and use it to score a super skill shot.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Mace Windu to all Jedi fighters. We are on final approach to Geonosis.
On the surface, Clone Wars is a game that should have disappointed most fans. Come on, this is a game where you play as Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Mace Windu. Why play as a Jedi if most of your time is spent piloting vehicles? Well, to be fair, the vehicular combat is pretty damn fun. Clone Wars manages to deliver a game where the action is explosive, the controls make every ground and air vehicle handle well, and we still got a few opportunities to fight Geonosians with lightsabers and force abilities. No, the re-release for PS5 doesn't come with any upgrades, but for $5, hey, why not give this old gem a shot? I did, and I wound up loving it. Gonna go for that platinum now.
That outpost.
LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Taking one last look, sir, at my friend.
If you're one of the older fans that used to play LEGO Star Wars back in the mid-2000s, well, you can play the PSP version of LEGO Star Wars 2 on PS5, and it's still a ton of fun to play. But if you want something that was meant for the modern generation of consoles, Skywalker Saga is one of the GOATs. TT Games went all out on this one despite the monumental challenges the NTT engine hoisted upon them. That's actually what it's called, by the way, NTT.
They were the droids we were looking for!
Even though the combat can feel samey at times, every level perfectly captures the scope and excitement that each of the 9 main movies featured. Heck, this game actually makes Rise of Skywalker seem like a way better movie than it actually is. As for gameplay, you have a whopping 20 plus planets to explore with their own missions and a litany of Kyber bricks to find. Oh, and did we mention Skywalker Saga boasts a meaty roster of more than 300 playable characters? Yeah, there's a lot of fan service packed into this game.
There's no one on board, sir.
Send a scanning crew aboard. I want every part of this ship checked.
Yes, sir.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. When games inspired by Dark Souls began cropping up in the late 2010s, many were wondering when Star Wars might get a shot at the genre.
Whatever you say. Hey, we should get back down.
In comes Respawn Entertainment with Jedi Fallen Order. For a studio that has been primarily focused on first-person shooters, this was far better than we had anticipated. In addition to telling an original and compelling story with Cal Kestis, Fallen Order excels in executing a fast and fluid combat system. While some may have a problem with the lightsaber not easily slicing through every stormtrooper you encounter, many enemies do provide a good amount of challenge with their own moves and patterns. As for the Force, many abilities offer uses both in and out of combat, creating unique situations for puzzles and exploration. If you're a fan of the Jedi, and you somehow haven't played this for yourself, well, what have you been doing? Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
They want me. They've got me.
In all honesty, this game could have had a smoother launch given the technical problems it faced then. However, much time has passed, and with issues now being ironed out, Jedi Survivor is absolutely worthy of some praise. While Respawn could have easily recycled ideas from Fallen Order and just given us new locations and characters, Survivor goes the extra mile with new ideas, specifically in its use of stances. Stances now required players to recognize how to approach certain enemies, much like how stances worked in Sucker Punch Studios' Ghost of Tsushima. Level design, on the other hand, presented new secrets for players to uncover as they revisited the planet Kobo. In other words, Survivor was a sequel that knew the right amount of bells and whistles to tack on to its already imaginative formula.
You're still chained by the past.
Star Wars Outlaws. Just a disclaimer, Ubisoft did provide a code for us to give us the chance to play this game.
So, Bram, that for me?
And after spending a little over a week, maybe 2 by the time you hear this video, we're happy to say that Star Wars Outlaws is another home run in a year of strong titles coming from the AAA side of the industry. Developer Massive Entertainment, one of Ubisoft's internal studios, has put together a world that feels completely original, yet portrays locations that look as if they could have been ripped from the movies. The way you come across missions and interact with the world will often stem from data pads you read and conversations you listen in on, giving an organic layer to the gameplay loop. Best of all, none of Star Wars Outlaws is bogged down by the problems of other Ubisoft's games in recent years. No onslaught of waypoints and icons, no mindless XP progression system with bloated skill trees, and no cringy as hell writing. Kay and Nyx just might go down in history as one of the most badass duos in the franchise too, thanks to their versatile tactics in stealth and combat. Overall, Star Wars Outlaws should not be slept on. If you've been wanting a Star Wars game that steps away from the Force and lightsabers for once, now's your chance to play one of the best video games the IP has seen.
Wait, nobody move. You either pay me now, or just pay me.
But what's your favorite Star Wars game to play on PS5? Did it make our list? Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.